lot of people right now are thinking that there's no economic opportunity in the United States, and that really is not the case. What we need is a way for people in foreign countries to have access to a database of jobs that are not being filled by Americans. There are a lot of jobs that aren't, and I know endless American business people who are frightened because they can't find the labor they need. And this is a free country. We need to have access to the labor we need. So our program is one that addresses, in fact, what we first ask is that private sector employment agencies be empowered by the federal government to put jobs and workers together. The databases are going to be available first to employers who want specific jobs filled, and then to workers who want to see what jobs are available and make applications to those through the normal process. The employer pays a fee, the worker pays a fee. There's no tax implications for the American taxpayer. The employment agencies would also be able to issue a smart card sort of identification. And this would be a card that has no photograph on the outside, no information. It just says American guest worker permit. But if it's scanned on a machine, you'll be able to see the face of the worker, his biometric, the job he's taken, etc. And always remember that this is a work permit, so you must have a job in order to get one. The nice thing about this card and this employment agency private sector thing is that there is no bureaucracy involved. You don't have to fear somebody who has no interest in processing your application, because in this case there's a profit motive, and there is in all businesses, to make that match successfully and get the worker into the United States. Sometimes people think that the raid by the police on undocumented workers in the United States is the only issue here, and it isn't. There is a major issue that hundreds of thousands of American employers cannot get the labor they need, even now in the economic crisis. I certainly face that, and I go to bed at night living in fear that ICE will come, find a worker who is undocumented, and turn me into a felon and send me to jail, a law-abiding U.S. citizen. So I think it's important to see both sides of this travesty. Our plan, however, does provide that solution. It is a market-based plan. That means supply and demand. So if there is no demand for jobs in the United States, then no jobs will be posted at these employment agencies and no visas will be issued. There would be no point coming across our border illegally because you wouldn't find work and you'd starve. On the other hand, if there are a million jobs posted, then foreign workers would have access to all million of those jobs, look at them, find the job that seems acceptable to them. The employment agency would make that match, and that person could go through a security check, get the smart card, and be in the United States within 24 hours of application. We hope that this process will become law in the United States and make it easy for our foreign workers who want to be here and our American employers who want to employ them. I think it's important also to realize that in the United States, 4 million Americans are guest workers abroad every year, delight in that opportunity, and that we should be as tolerant of foreign workers who want to be here, and as pleased that they fill our jobs and help our economy in the way that we most need.